9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
It is just another Manic Monday here over at WWT. This is your PR princess, your timeless elite, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me on this Monday edition of Women's Wrestling Talk. We do have to talk about the aftermath of AEW Revolution from Los Angeles. Of course, we do have Monday Night Raw happening because we have the road to WrestleMania. And you obviously know what today is, but thankfully I am not alone. And technically so far, this is kind of a ladies edition of WWT Live, which I'm not ashamed to say, but I'm so happy to have my sister with me. She is the sweetest who's herself, wrestling with honey in the building.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. At least I think so. You never know who's gonna pop in later. But for right now, it's just the two of us. Buzz, my beautiful busy bees. What's up, Courtney? Happy Monday. Happy post-evolution day. Happy 316 day for all of us who do celebrate, because you already know we do celebrate that here. But yes, the sweetest who's in the building. Let's get into it, girl.
I mean, you kind of kicked it off right away. I mean, happy 316 day. Of course, we got to do the man himself, Stone Cold Steve Austin, because we know he is one of the most prolific wrestling figures and in pop culture everywhere. Obviously, of course, we did tell you last week he was going to be on Busted Open earlier today for an interview on their radio. So shout outs to our friends at Busted Open. And yeah, we got to give a salute to the Texas Rattlesnake because he gave us so many, and I mean so many moments that you can recall, whether it be on a Monday Night Raw or on a pay-per-view, or even, God knows, even after he wrestled retired, he's still giving us moments. But honey, just some quick thoughts because we just want to give praise to our favorite Texas Rattlesnake.
Of course, man. Like what else can you say about such an icon, such a cultural icon in wrestling business and pop culture, period, ran the 90s, single-handedly boosted WWE in a period where it was uncertain, and even boosted ratings and, merchandise pushing, like just beyond, superstar level stuff. And yes, Austin has given us so many timeless moments, from the moment he became Austin, when he transformed from the ringmaster and evolved into Austin 316 with that iconic speech he gave after defeating Jake the Snake, and going from raising hell in the corporate world to, with Mr. McMahon and the McMahon Helmsley era, and Rock and Austin, like so many timeless moments that we will never, ever forget. And, he just continues to be a staple. And I got to catch a little bit of his interview with Busted Open Radio. Shout outs to Dave LaGreca and the gang over there. It was just so cool to be able to see him kick back. It's very rare that he makes these kinds of appearances for interviews and stuff like that. So it was really cool, and it was a really good treat for 316 day. I don't want to get my hopes up, but I'm just saying, we in San Antonio tonight. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump if you want to take a little visit. I'm just saying, Austin, we miss you. We miss you on TV. If you want to just say hello, crack open a cold one for us, and just salute so we can, give you your flowers for the day, and then you could go back to the ranch and do your thing, hang with your cats and all that stuff. But we miss you out here. We do. We really, really do.
Yeah. No, I don't think anybody realizes how important. I mean, sure, you have Roman Reigns. Everybody loves Roman Reigns, but you cannot forget about Stone Cold Steve Austin, especially if you grew up in that era. The level that he did, he was pretty much on every daytime show that you could think of. He was on pretty much every well-known show that you could think of, and so many moments. Like, how many people could say they bring in a beer truck on a Monday Night Raw
and splash the whole McMahon family? That's great. Like I said, Stone Cold is just He transcended the business. He really did. He's definitely a pillar, and you cannot tell the story of WWE or wrestling period without him.
You
From
can't.
his
And
whole journey, even in ECW till now.
even WCW, you can't forget about the Hollywood Blondes. It's tag team with Brian Pillman. You can't forget about that. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Eric Isaac. Shout out to Cousin Ron. Shout out to Christine. Christina.
Hey, Christine, what's up, girl?
Christina, we miss you. I know your schedule has been all over the place, but we do love to have you back. We love to have you back. But, you know, since this is women's wrestling talk and we got to show appreciation to the ladies, we actually had some good news to share. Our friend of the show, Katie Price and Rob Van Dam, announced that they were having their twins.
They're so cute.
They are cute. In an exclusive with People, they talked about expanding their little family. And both babies, they announced it on December 26th, the news exclusively with People after returning home from extended days in NICU. Both babies were born prematurely, but they are healthy and they are definitely deeply loved. And, you know, go check out the article from People. They're reflecting on the journey, welcoming her twins. So happy for the both of them and wish them the best of luck. But the babies are just so cute.
They're absolutely adorable. What a beautiful blessing. You know, a great addition to their little family, and they're absolutely adorable. You know, look at, like, you could see Rob Van Dam's face. He's absolutely smitten. He's the luckiest man in the world because he's got girls in the house. He's got all his favorite girls in the house, and you know he's going to be an awesome dad. And Katie's going to be an awesome mom. They're such a great couple. They're very unique and very fun. And you know, RVD, man, running the whole damn show. Congrats, Zaddy.
He's Mr. Monday Night. And shout out to our friend Katie Forbes. I actually had the chance to meet her at WrestleCon last summer. Yeah. And she was very sweet. I said, I wanted to meet you. I mean, Rob's great, but I wanted to meet you. But it was really
no offense.
I mean, Rob's great, but shout outs to them, and so happy to welcome their twins. They're going to be great parents, and just wish them the best of luck here at Women's Wrestling Talk. And we had some breaking news from TNA earlier today, and this was actually on their website where they officially, TNA Wrestling and iHeartMedia announced major multi-platform collaboration. TNA Wrestling and iHeartMedia today announced a new multi-platform collaboration that will integrate iHeartMedia across TNA's PLEs, weekly television programming, digital platforms, and fan experience, while tapping into iHeartMedia's expansive nationwide audio network to engage fans across broadcasts, live events, and digital media in new and dynamic ways. And as part of the agreement, iHeartMedia will serve as the presenting sponsor of the TNA Wrestling pay-per-view pre-show for all remaining 2026 PLE events. The integration will feature prominent brand visibility across broadcast graphics, in-arena announcements, and event marketing tied to TNA's major PLEs throughout the year. And as I mentioned, it definitely goes into detail on this new opportunity. We know TNA are partnering with AMC, but this is kind of taking it to a whole new level with iHeartMedia. And honey, I just wanted to get your quick thoughts on this, because this seems like a really good opportunity for TNA.
Huge. This is absolutely huge major news. And when I saw the picture of the TNA and iHeart logo, and I was like, oh, okay, so we're making moves overnight. I like this. And TNA is continuously revamping itself, and it's completely we're finally getting TNA with an identity. And I think that's really, really important, especially when you collab with a radio station like iHeartRadio, who's popular. You know, it's the #1 podcast publisher in the world right now. And, you know, having TNA stars featured on their network would mean, even if you don't watch AMC, you could still hear about it on the radio. You know what I mean? Like, if you're stuck in traffic on your way to work and you're like missing the first few minutes of TNA, you could catch it on the radio maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a pretty cool It's a pretty cool dynamic that they're reaching. And, iHeartRadio reaches approximately 9 out of 10 Americans. And for a brand like TNA that has been rebuilding its identity, as I said, with the AMC deal and everything like that, and a lot of their stars resigning, tapping into that kind of top of mind awareness, I think, is like the ultimate shortcut to getting that mainstream relevance that they are looking for. So shout outs to both companies, TNA and iHeartRadio. This is a great collaboration. I'm looking forward to see what they do with it.
It's kind of crazy because TNA has been around for 23 years. They're like the ones that just keep going. People thought they were dead. Not me. I'm happy TNA is still alive and well, but also with the fact too, I'm very happy they are branching out to opportunities, because I know like WWE, people think like WWE is taking away opportunities, but not technically. If you have to think outside the box a bit, and this is where promotions like TNA, AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, they kind of have to think outside the box and really think of brands that maybe even though they're not relevant, there is still an opportunity to provide partnership. And this is a really great opportunity TNA is doing. Obviously, we know it's going to be their main sponsorship for the remaining PLEs. We know next week is TNA Sacrifice, so hopefully that will be the kickoff there. We know they're in AMC, and they've been doing pretty good the last couple of weeks and really want to see them thrive. We've seen many people re-sign or signed new deals with TNA, from Kansas Michelle to Steve Macklin to Ash by Elegance to Alyssa Edwards to AJ Francis, along with many other people that have been re-signed. But I do think it is a good opportunity for them to really branch out a little bit. And even with the roster, because I know they are doing some rebuilding parts in some of their areas, like the Knockouts, the X division, and even like in the tag team divisions, there is still growth. And I'm hoping that they do successfully, especially with a top radio like iHeartRadio. That's pretty much a big deal.
Yep. Huge. That's going to be big.
Huge. But since we are talking about huge, we have Monday Night Raw on deck happening tonight at the top of the hour. And it's stacked. It's a stacked one, and courtesy of Adam Pearce, because he previewed it yesterday. 14 years in the making. AJ Lee, Bailey, the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. We know these two ladies met the last time when AJ came to NXT and Bailey was a rookie then. And now here we are. These two ladies are going to fight through it one-on-one, and looking forward to this. We're also going to have Maxine Dupree take on the low-key legend Natty. These two ladies have been going at it for pretty much over a month and a half. And there's been a lot of personal bad blood between these two ladies. So it's going to be very interesting on how these ladies collide. And ahead of her match with Liv Morgan at WrestleMania, Stephanie Vaquer will go one-on-one with Raquel Rodriguez. And you can tell there's going to be a lot of shenanigans smelling outside of the ring with La Primera. And of course, we're going to have the Tribal Chief make his appearance after what happened last week. Very curious on what's he going to say after CM Punk made comments towards his father, and especially leading up to their match at WrestleMania. And we're also going to have Brock Lesnar make an appearance. Of course, a couple weeks ago, he put out a challenge and everything else, and we shall see who is going to step up to the plate to challenge Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And we're also going to have the original El Grande versus the new El Grande one-on-one. It was supposed to happen last week, but now we're getting it this week. All this and more happening at the top of the hour on Monday Night Raw, streaming on Netflix. And honey, I just want to get your quick thoughts on tonight's card.
No, I'm
what
ready.
Are you looking forward to?
I'm ready to see my Tribal Chief. You already know. I want to see. I want to see what's going to happen. I want to see how his response is going to be. I want to see how he responds to the Usos interaction last week. Considering that the Usos did say to Punk, this has nothing to do with Roman Reigns. This has to do with respect. I think that was a very interesting line. So it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be very intriguing to see if we see an interaction from the Usos and Roman at all tonight. I'm sure there will be some more war of words. Punk and Roman have yet to lay hands on each other, and they're keeping that very, very close to the chest as we get closer to WrestleMania. We are 33 days away. So I'm not going to lie. And some might be pleasantly surprised to hear this come out of my mouth, but I don't know if I want Grande versus Grande here. I think that should be I think that's a Mania match.
What?
I personally think El Grande versus El Grande is something that is Mania worthy. And yes, really, I think I don't know if I want that on Raw. Because I like what they've been doing with these two. And now, I'm starting to see the whole picture, the bigger picture of the mystique around the story of the two Grandes. So it's taken this long for it to kind of grow on me. But okay, we'll have it on Monday, I guess. But it should have been at Mania. I'm just saying, I would want to see that at Mania.
I mean, it may happen because I could smell a lot of shenanigans in that match. There's just so much happening. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was added to the Mania card. But I think after seeing the original El Grande, I'm like, okay, because at first I was just like, when I first started, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this.
I tried to tell Will and Dion that there was more than one Grande. And everybody tried to have me convinced that it was the same person. But now we have two Grandes, two completely different Grandes, two completely different builds, two completely different masks. Okay. Yes. So it's going to be interesting. And if they do what I think they're going to do, I don't want to say it out loud because I don't know how people are going to take it. But the original El Grande, if the shenanigans ensue from the most recent El Grande, the original El Grande is going to need some backup as well. Yep. Where can he get that backup from? I'm not sure, but
I don't know. I mean,
he might need some help tonight.
That's something to tell, but outside of the ladies, Roman, yes. Nothing against the Usos, but last time I checked, weren't you guys the reigning tag team champions? Because I don't see you guys like interacting with tag teams. I mean, no disrespect, but come on now. I mean, I just want to see some tag team building because it's like people tend to forget Raw has a tag team division. I'm just saying.
It does. It sure do.
It does. I mean, come on. We have the War Raiders. We got American Made. I mean, we do have the New Day still floating around. I mean, come on. I mean, I know family is important and everything else. I mean, you don't like it when people talk about family, but you're supposed to be the tag champs. You're supposed to be leading. I'm just saying.
She said what she said, y'all.
I'm just saying. I mean, we have a tag team division. I mean, we have a tag team division on SmackDown.
We definitely do. SmackDown's doing great with the tag team division.
Where's Raw at? I'm like, where are we at with Raw? I'm just saying.
I don't know.
But I mean, we shall see. I mean, Raw is going to be on at the top of the hour, 8 p.m. on Netflix. And also, by the way, too, since your bills regarding streaming, because if you're tired of all the budget, everything, Women's Wrestling Talk has a NordVPN. So you can watch wrestling on the NordVPN. Our boss lady tried it. Will tried it. A lot of people are trying it right now. So if you want to watch Monday Night Raw, use the NordVPN.
Use the code on the bottom and the ticker there, y'all. Listen, get you that good internet.
Yes. Yes, I will say that. And also, since we were talking about Bayley, we got to talk about her, because if you follow AAA over the weekend, because shockingly enough, there was an event at AAA that happened over the weekend, and Bayley actually answered the challenge. Actually, Flammer issued an open challenge for her championship, and no one better than Miss Bayley answered the call and had the fans screaming. Even though she did not pull out the victory because of shenanigans, She spoke about the positive emotions she was feeling after the match. She goes on to say, I feel so honored to be in AAA. As soon as I found out about the partnership, I was texting people, how can I get there? How can I be a part of this? So it took a while, but I am so grateful to finally be here. I'm so grateful to be introduced in the way that I was, being a surprise opponent. I think that just made it so special for me and for the fans to get excited. I am overwhelmed with the love. I'm emotional thinking about it. To me, that's what I'm going to think about tonight. That's what I'm going to take home with me. I didn't walk away with the championship, but you know what? I get another title shot on Monday against AJ Lee. So maybe I could walk away with that one. But for right now, I'm just so honored to be here at AAA in Mexico in front of these fans. Honey, I just want to get your quick thoughts on this because there was a lot of positive reaction with Bailey coming in there, and just wanted to get your thoughts overall because would you like to see more of Bailey in future AAA events?
I would. Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't knock it at all. I think it's a very fitting place for her as well to visit frequently. She definitely, according to the crowd reaction, she was definitely described as like one of the loudest reactions of the night. She definitely got one of the biggest pops. So that's huge. It's easy to forget that while she is a WWE superstar, her style of selling and her character work has always translated perfectly. And it will translate very well into that high energy atmosphere that Lucha Libre brings with AAA. So I think it was awesome too that it wasn't just like a cameo appearance. It wasn't a squash or anything. It was actually a good like 12-minute bout that that they had. She brought it, and even though she didn't win, it considerably does good for both. It doesn't hurt Bailey, and it helps Flammer also because she is now officially on the verge of becoming the longest reigning Reina de Reinas champion in history. She's most likely going to pass another friend of the show's, Taya Valkyrie's record this week. So that's pretty interesting. And with this appearance, I feel like it matters a lot that people see this because it confirms that the WWE and AAA partnership, this is entering a newer phase. We've seen the likes of Dominic, and we've seen the likes of Ludwig Kaiser, and we've seen a lot of their AAA stars come over to WWE, answer open challenges, show up at Rumbles and whatnot. But sending a generational and foundational, one of the pivotal horsewomen like Bailey, it signals that WWE is willing to use top tier talent to solidify the big stars that are in AAA and their titles as well. So I think this is really cool. The most interesting thing though about this for me is, Bailey, you really are still the workhorse. I will say that because you did this 48 hours before your scheduled Intercontinental title match. So taking a protected loss right before a title shot is very bold on the booking side. But I really love it for her because I think she can, I think she's open and can answer any challenge that way with grace as well. So shout outs to Bailey.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And yes, Christina, I agree. We need to see more of Bailey on AAA. I agree. Shout out to Lisa Savage in the chat. And I was very happy to see Bailey on there because, like you said, she had the biggest reaction out of everybody else because no one expected it. If you saw Corey Graves' reaction on commentary, he did not expect Bailey to come in. And for me, Bailey is definitely somebody that I followed along with the other 4 horsewomen in NXT, but she's definitely somebody that everybody likes. She's been doing everything that she can to make sure women's wrestling is on the table and really picking up that match. Even though she did lose, she did enjoy her experience. Also, I mean, she gets to recreate a match from 13, 14 years ago to a woman that she idolized a bit with AJ Lee. And it's just awesome to have those full circle moments. I would love to see Bailey in future AAA events. Obviously, I would. I definitely want to see her at WrestleMania. That should be huge, 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 huge. But as you said, like we're definitely seeing a lot of AAA stars coming into WWE, as well as some WWE stars coming into AAA. Like we saw Dirty Dom, we saw El Grande, obviously we saw Penta. I mean, of course, Rey Mysterio, because Rey Mysterio has history there, along with many others. But this is something that I'm really happy to see Bayley do. Very happy to see where this is going to go forward with AAA. And I don't know, who knows? Maybe they might be a rematch in the future.
I could definitely see that because that was a good match. I would like to see that again. But shout outs to the role model facing her role model. I think that's pretty cool.
That's a role model. And you know what else is a role model here at Women's Wrestling Talk? Because we have the Women's Wrestling Archive. We get to celebrate all of our favorite role models from the past, the present, and the future who paved the way for women's wrestling.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might say he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.
Support everything for the Women's Wrestling Archive. $1, $2, $3, $20, $100, $200. Anything to support. Oh my goodness.
Keep it honey. Keep it honey.
Yeah, keep it. See, I'm gonna be like on kayfabe. That's Honey. That's a Honey McDuck voice because she got the money. That's why she got the money. Honey McDuck. I just had to use that reference.
I can't help myself. Dylan, we need to get like clips of everybody doing it, so that way we can make like a little compilation or something.
Oh
like that would be funny. Honey money. Honey money.
It's a honey money.
There
Honey McDuck. So, see Christina. Yes. Before we jump into Revolution, because I wanted to save time to talk about this, we do have one more quick update regarding a person who apparently he's been the biggest buzz. He's been the biggest story that everybody knows. Like, which way does he go? I'm talking about Chris Jericho. Yeah, like where did he go? Well, even with his extended absence from AEW programming, he landed the lead villain role on an upcoming episode of the CBS series Tracker. It's one of the highest rated shows on network television. He announced the news on his Instagram, revealing that he will play a character named Virgil Dean in an episode titled Breakaway. I'll be playing the lead bad guy on this Sunday's episode of Tracker, the #1 show on network TV. And he goes on to say, I play Virgil Dean. And let's just say he's not a nice guy. Can't wait for you to see it. And obviously, of course, it does add another one to Jericho's resume because he's been doing acting for so long. And obviously, of course, he's doing a movie on Apple TV alongside Nicole Kidman. But yeah, Chris Jericho, he's doing his thing. Even though he's not in the ring anymore, he's doing another thing that he loves, and that's acting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's just showing the wide range and the many faces and many hats that Chris Jericho wears. It's a massive platform because it's currently the #1 show on network television as of right now. It averages around 17 million viewers. So this is huge mainstream crossover for him, considering that he has a hiatus from AEW. This also for a lot of folks who maybe don't realize this, or for a lot who do, who have watched Green Arrow in the Smallville days. The episode is basically a treat for the CW and the DC fans, because Jericho is going to be sharing the screen with actor Justin Hartley, Erica Durance, who was Lois Lane from Smallville, and David Ramsey, who was in Arrow as well. So it's pretty cool. And then there's of course the Vegas connection. You know, we know Jericho. They brought in a guy like Jericho's specifically, for a physical presence to play a rogue stuntman and playing a lead bad guy on Jericho has got to be pretty easy for somebody like him who knows how to work. So it's going to be really cool and really interesting to see what he does in there. And apparently it's like a big role because he's like the plot basically is the episode, like it follows a character called Coulter Shaw, and he's investigating a B movie set after a veteran stuntman disappears. So Jericho's character, Virgil Dean, is like the center of the shady underground world of movie sets, and that gets uncovered by Coulter Shaw. So I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be cool.
Super. Oh yeah, he's gonna be super cool. I
Drink
mean,
it in, man.
Or drinking the bubbly. Drinking the bubbly.
I got this bubbly, but not the other bubbly. Not the bubbly he's talking about. Mm-hmm.
I know. I already know what the bubbly he's talking about. So, but yeah, drink it in. But I'm just happy. Well, I mean, a person that loves Chris Jericho is a huge fan. I mean, this doesn't surprise me at all because he's been doing this even when he came into WWE, having that crossover, doing so much, having that opportunity, and just making it out of nothing. And I actually do want to see this episode this weekend. I kind of want to see what he does as a villain because he can be pretty good at playing the bad guy. I mean, we know that, but
obviously we know that.
Obviously, we know
nothing new. This is nothing new for us.
No, it's nothing new. And to all you narcs out there that they like, oh, Chris Jericho's going to WWE, as he said, let me live. He said, shut the F up and let me live. That's what he said.
Would you please just shut the hell up?
That's what he said. He said, leave him alone.
That's the polite way of doing it.
Yes. Just leave him alone and let him live his life. Like, let him do what he wants, even though he's on hiatus. But anyways, since we wrapped up our stories for WWT, we do have to talk about AEW Revolution. There's a lot that happened in Revolution.
Say you want a revolution. Well, you know.
There was a lot that happened in AEW Revolution. I'm not going through every single match. I don't have slides for it. I just have one slide for AEW Revolution.
I was going to say, I wonder what you was going to do with these slides because, girl, there was so much that happened last night.
I was like, I'm not going to do slides because you guys saw it on socials. You know what it is.
And you saw it if you were in the watch along. My sis did 5+ hours. Okay. Mm-hmm. Give her flowers. Shout outs to Stone Cold Courtney.
Thank you. Yes, Christina. It was 5.5 hours. 5.5 hours. But we're going to do something a little different here because, honey, I just wanted to get your honest thoughts regarding AEW Dynamite Revolution, by the way. What you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, what was your favorite match of the night, and what was your biggest head scratcher for AEW Revolution?
Sheesh. I loved Swerve and Brody. Mm-hmm. I actually really did enjoy that match. I enjoyed Takeshita and Mox. I enjoyed all the women's matches. Tony, I mean, the elephant in the room. Let's just get that out. We are women's wrestling talk. Tony Storm and Ronda Rousey is definitely not something I was prepared for in this season. But I'm intrigued to see where it's going to go. So that definitely obviously caught my eye. I couldn't believe it. But we'll see what Ronda does with it. And then, Tony's always down to do business because she was ready. She looked ready. Like, with the referees stopping them in between and all that drama. It was really cool. So glad and so elated that the aerial assassin is back. So glad we got Ospreay back. I feel like
you're on mute.
They do this. I feel like they don't want me to, they're just trying to silence me. They don't want me to get points out. But I think the energy that Ospreay brings as a whole and the way his interaction with the crowd and when his music hits and stuff is something that was definitely missed by me. Like, I really missed that energy because I feel like he's probably one of the most intense superstars on their roster. So I'm glad to see him back and in good health, and can't wait to see him back in the ring, do his thing. There was a lot of drama, obviously. The other elephant in the room, I shut off my TV after a while from that death match because that was a lot. There's a lot, it's a lot. There's a lot of triggering things. And I'm not going to say it was a terrible match because it wasn't a terrible match. It was drama. But my God, a syringe through the cheek. I just couldn't even, like, I had to stop. I was eating at the wrong time and I saw that and I was just like, no, we can't have this. But nonetheless, a crazy match. Shocked that Hangman Adam Page didn't survive a match that he so greatly succeeds in the Texas death match. So it was very, very interesting. And of course, MJF keeping the title, looking as beastly as he possibly could, with all the carnage and wreckage left in the ring. It was a pretty packed night. And shout outs to the peeps in the building, said Will and was Boss Lady there? I think Boss Lady was there.
I think she was there. She was there.
And shout out to our friend Sid Virginia, who was there as well.
Oh, Sydney.
Sydney was in the building too. So it was pretty cool and to see everybody enjoy it. I can't wait to hear what Will thought of it. I want to know. I want to know if the scarf had to come out, I want to know if he inquired about the ground turkey and the nachos instead of beef. So
oh Lordy. Well, you'll find that out on Kayfabe on Thursday.
Right. But overall, a great night. Overall, a great night for AEW. And shout outs to Jungle Boy as well. Because that was really cool. That was a cool moment for him, I'm sure. And shout outs to Will for getting that question in for Jungle Boy as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely shout out to Will, Jack Perry for winning the AEW National Championship. I mean, for me, I did enjoy Swerve and Brody. Obviously, of course, seeing Kenny Omega back, that was craziness. Because I feel like anytime Kenny comes out, it's just like the fans go crazy and they chant Kenny, like literally. I know with Will Ospreay, yes, but it's like with Kenny, it's just like a whole nother level. And then obviously, definitely match of the night for me was Jon Moxley and Konosuke Takeshita. They delivered a banger of a match. I'm just waiting for Konosuke Takeshita to make that babyface run so he could take Okada's international belt, because I'm getting sick of him with that belt on. And I just want Takeshita to just slap him in the face. That's all I want. But also, the ladies match, sleeper match of the night for me was Tekla versus Chris Statlander. I loved all the ladies matchup, but that was sleeper match of the night for me because I feel like there was something in there between those two ladies that brought it. And I was waiting for Chris Statlander to whip Tekla with that belt, because I was like, you should have did it at Collision. Why did you let her whip that belt? You could have did it. But I was so happy that she did it. And I was like, yes, that's what I want to see of that character for Chris Statlander. I want to see more of her character develop in the coming months. Obviously, of course, we do have new women's tag team champions. Megan Bayne, Lena Cross, gonna be
Mega Bad.
Yes, it's gonna be very interesting to see how these two ladies dominate within the women's tag team division. Obviously, of course, we saw the return of Edge and Christian. Yes, I'm not calling them by their AEW name. If their mama called them Edge and Christian, I'm going to call them Edge and Christian. But I'm so happy to see the guys back. We know what they want. They want tag team gold. And please, I'll be happy if Edge and Christian have those belts, because it was a good match between FTR and the Young Bucks, but I'm just tired of it.
You knew we were over that. So when Edge and Christian came out, I was like, oh my God, thank you. Lord have mercy. Thank you, wrestling gods. On this day, we see clearly. Now all they need to do is win the tag titles, and then they need to bring back the 5-second pose. Do it.
Oh my God.
Do it. And let them do it, Tony.
Bring the 5-second. Oh my goodness. Hopefully that's not trademark. But yeah, I'm very happy to see Edge and Christian come back. They were great. Shout out to Mystico. Mystico was really good. Like, if you saw his entrance in Spanish and everybody was singing in Spanish for his theme song, congratulations to him. He is now All Elite. He is now 1/3 of the Trios champion. Christina, not their moms calling them Edge and Christian. That's funny. But also, of course, the Texas Death Match. I mean, I'm not even going to go further with that, because that was just a doozy. I mean, it was a good match. It was a doozy, but it was a really good match with that. But, the birthday boy himself, that guy, MJF, yeah, he's retained. Let that jerk
Happy
celebrate or whatever.
birthday.
That was his birthday yesterday, the biggest prize. But also, I got to address two of my people from my team. Orange Cassidy got a victory, and Tony Storm and Ronda Rousey. I was very surprised to see Ronda Rousey. I had to do it twice. And we know why. Well, we do. But everybody's been blowing up on socials. And there's been a lot of internal frustrations with the WWE when she came in. Because there was a lot of I don't want to say dirty laundry, but there was a lot that was thrown out there. And we know why she was there. Because one, she wanted her best friend Maria Shafir. And number two, promoting her fight on Netflix. But I want to reiterate with people, it's not the first time she stepped on it. She did do a match at Ring of Honor several years ago. I never watched that match, but I knew she competed in a match. I don't know how the outcome was, but it's going to be very interesting on how this is going to play out. I'm very intrigued. I don't want to put my thoughts in it. I just don't want her to cut the line when it comes to the AEW women's title, because the biggest elephant in the room is where the women's main event match. I mean, a pay-per-view. 7 years. And it's crazy. We were talking about this a year ago. After Revolution, after the Hollywood ending. So yeah, and our friend Will.
Stop dodging the question, Tony. Answer the question, Tony.
Listen, you can't dodge those types of questions. I mean, you can't. I mean, I don't know.
We want it, Tony. Give us what we want. We want women in the main event, Tony.
And also a good storyline to make sense. Like on the level of Tony Storm and Mariah May. Absolutely. Like if you can do it like that, if you can do it with Hangman and Swerve, if you can do it with MJF and when he was feuding with Danielson,
or
and I'm
Darby,
sure there's a lot of
or anybody like that,
like a lot of other guys, and even Will Ospreay. Him and Will Ospreay still have some beef with each other. I mean, if you could do it on that level, that would be great, because that's what we want. We just want a women's main event that makes sense and also include women that have been there from day one. And also there's a lot of superstars that were not on the card, like Dr. Britt Baker, Sammy Guevara, our friend of WWT, Taya Valkyrie. I mean, there's a lot of questions. I mean, it was an overall show. I enjoyed it. I mean, you could see my watch along, but I'm going to be very intrigued on how this is going to go with Ronda Rousey. And I was not shocked if she aligned herself with the Death Riders, but
no, of course not.
Ronda Rousey, don't mess with Tony Storm. She may not know a lot of MMA fighting, but I would love for her to see her train in jiu-jitsu. And I will say this, you may be feuding with the Timeless Love Bombs, but Mina Shirokana has a black belt. She has a black belt, and I would not be a reckoning with her. It's going to be very interesting how this is going to go, because we are in the road to Dynasty in Canada. But I will be giving a lot more deep dive onto Wednesday's watch along. But I actually did like it. They hit everything there. I mean, it was their first pay-per-view of 2026, but kudos to AEW. I'm happy, because even though I call myself the Timeless Elite, I got to give constructive criticism as it is. So, because we want them to be better. We want them to be better. We want them to do well. So that is pretty much where we are. I mean, we're not like some of these narcs out on social that talk a lot of crap and just say like
that have to tribalize and like make you choose and like, oh, AEW or WWE. If you're an AEW fan, you can't be WWE fan. Which is complete utter BS. Like, let's just stop that. Like, I get so many people under comments and things that I'm tagged in and collaborate on posts with people. And it's like people spend and waste so much energy on arguing between who's better. And it's like, what the hell does it matter? If you don't like something, then just don't watch it. Don't watch it. But we like wrestling, so we watch a little bit of everything. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I am diehard WWE, because that's what I was born into, and WWE has been around for a very long time, of course. But it doesn't mean anybody's better than anything. AEW is in its own lane, WWE is in its own lane, TNA is in its own lane, New Japan Pro's in its own lane, AAA is in its own lane. But you know what? It's all working. It's all working, and it's all the same business. So let's just keep it cute and keep it clean in the comments. And when we're like voicing different opinions. Like, just because we have a different opinion does not mean that you're wrong or I'm wrong. It's just a difference of opinion. That's all
And
it is.
And also, I don't appreciate all you narcs on socials trashing the OG AEW wrestlers who've been there since day one, but you want to jerk off to the shiny new toys that come into AEW.
Oh Lord. I felt that in my from the soul. I felt that in my soul.
I had to do it because you know what? There are some that just want to fall for the shiny new toy. But forget about the OG AEWs who've been there since day one.
This is why you don't mess with Stone Cold Courtney on 316 Day. Okay? Stone Cold Courtney on 316 Day is unhinged, okay?
Christina, she said what she said.
And I love it. And I love it.
I mean, it has to be said. Yes, nobody wants to have that conversation, but you know what?
Someone's got to say it.
I mean, somebody has to say it, but listen, and even with my own people that I support in AEW, I mean, you're not going to go after them, so. But that's all I have for WWT Live. Is there anything that I missed, or is like, cute Mr. Cody? What do you want to talk about?
Exactly. That I kind of was wondering where we're going to talk about that, because I don't know if anybody saw on Friday or tuned into the Honey Night SmackDown watch along, but we had quite the finale last week, and I was also joined by my co-host Dion of Kayfabe as well, who's a frequent visitor here on Women's Wrestling Talk. He joined me in the watch along, and we were just absolutely flabbergasted by the actions that transpired on Friday night during the contract signing of Cody Rhodes. I think that was pretty much the most talked about talking point as soon as SmackDown got off the air. I mean, a picture's worth 1,000 words, and I wish I had it up, but the picture of Randy Orton covered in Cody's blood, sitting in the middle of the ring with the Universal title in his hand. Give me 15. Give him 15. Give him 15, because you know what? Things did, like, at the end of the day, I wasn't sure. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't expecting it at that point, but it happened, and I was like, okay, maybe it's not too soon. Maybe this is what you need to really start stirring the pot, because we literally are 33 days away from WrestleMania, and it seemed that one thing that Dion mentioned while we were watching was that he didn't like the vibe of the contract signing in the first place because it was too friendly, and Randy had to quickly be the cold dose of reality reminder that I'm not your friend. Like, we're good friends, but in this ring, when this contract is signed and it's every man for himself, I'm not your friend. I am your opponent, and I am coming for 15. I am not playing any games. And he made that very well known. The photo of Cody afterwards, insane. But
busted open.
Completely busted open. And not for nothing, I kind of like this little tradition that we're on.
Oh my God. Yeah, I saw this little tradition
that we're on. 2024, we had the final boss beat down outside. What was it? Was it Chicago? I believe it was Chicago.
I think it was.
Chicago in the rain, with that cinematic ending of this is what happens when you with the final boss and dumped Cody on his ass outside, and with the fight with the Usos and everything. It was gearing up for the Bloodline rules and everything. It was so cool. Then last year, Elimination Chamber, just before WrestleMania season, around this same time, John Cena gives his soul to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the same final boss who previously that year busted Cody open, and then him and Travis Scott proceeded to beat down on Cody. And now this year, Cody's mentor. This is a little bit deeper, I think, and a little bit more personal, because Cody and Randy rode together. They were the legacy. And you know, Randy, I think, is hit out to remind Cody of Cody's. One thing that people forget is in the beginning of Cody's theme song, Randy is there to remind Cody that wrestling has more than one royal family. So bring me 15, and you know the punt is coming, y'all. Just saying, y'all know the punt is coming. It's coming. It's gonna happen soon, if not at Mania, but a punt, especially after this turn.
That was
third
nuts. I
straight
mean,
beat down for Cody in Mania season. I love the drama. You know,
I mean,
drama, you know.
it's the drama, the suspense, where we're gonna go through here. I mean, Randy, it doesn't shock me at all because he does work better as a heel. But the way he just destroyed Cody, bunched security, shoved Nick Aldis to the floor.
Said, "Screw you, Jelly Roll." He partnered up with him and everything, and he shoved poor Jelly Roll. Like Jelly Roll's like, bro, what the hell, man? Like, I'm your boy.
And it's crazy because I'm like, Jelly Roll, you need to focus on Kit Wilson because Kit Wilson's calling you out this week.
Wait. It's not just Kit Wilson. It's Kit Wilson.
Yes. He will call out Jelly Roll this week.
Get it in motion. Get it in motion.
Oh my goodness. Kit, yes.
You're welcome, Dylan.
Kit Wilson. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting on what's gonna happen on Friday because I feel like for this one it is starting to show that interest in WrestleMania because you know that match it's starting to pick up a bit. The build-up starting to pick up. It's just slowly but steady.
Yes, slow and steady wins the race, but we're almost there, y'all. WrestleMania will be here like that.
I'll be here before you know it. But yeah, that wraps up Monday's edition because we got to get ready for Monday Night Raw. We got to get ready. We got to get ready for Monday Night Raw. We got a lot happening. We have a women's Intercontinental Championship. We have a tribal chief, a beast coming back tonight on Raw. Stephanie Vaquer facing off against Raquel Rodriguez. And we got the two El Grandes facing off against each other. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff happening on Monday night. But yeah. Christina, I need a gift of honey emotion immediately. Oh my God, Christina.
Love it.
Christina, but honey, where can the people find you?
You can find me buzzing and getting it in motion Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays with WWT, Thursdays with the boys at Kayfabe. Shout out to Will and Dion. Every Friday, Honey Night SmackDown watch along will be going down with Women's Wrestling Talk. So make sure you guys tune in and follow the Wrestling with Honey podcast on YouTube. All things Wrestling with Honey on all the socials, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and be on the lookout, guys. Something sweet is coming your way very soon.
I love it. Well, the people can always find me chirping periodically as much as I can for WWT. Wednesdays, you know, are for the timeless elitist of all elitists every Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. You do not want to miss the aftermath of AEW Revolution because we already have some matches already confirmed. Don't know what's going to happen. Apparently, Gabe Kidd called out Darby Allin, so it looks like they're going to have a coffin match. Lord knows what's going to happen there, and probably some other matches. My guy, Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong are going to be in a match, and then my lady, Toni Storm, will be facing off against Marina Shafir in the No Holds Barred match. So, a lot happening on AEW Dynamite with the aftermath of Revolution, and we're going straight to Dynasty in Canada. You could also follow me on my socials at CourtneyNJ11 because I have a lot of stuff planned out, and you know, after what's been happening the last couple of weeks, not just in my field in the hospitality world, but also regarding Pro Wrestling Eve and everything else. Yeah, there's a lot that's going to be happening because some things need to be said, but I'm going to say it on socials anyway. But make sure to follow ISPW Wrestling. Shout outs to Tommy Fiera and the rest of the team. They did celebrate the wrestling correctness. Yes, the Wrestling Collectors 5-year celebration with Indie Heartwear over the weekend. They have so many shows planned, so you do not want to miss it throughout the state of New Jersey. In May, they're going to have 80s Wrestling Con happening. Wendy Richter, Ted DiBiase, along with many others, will be there in May, and you may see us. It's a possibility you may see us there. So just trying to get the nitty gritty on that. Also, if you are coming to Philly this Saturday and you're coming to Fourth Rope this weekend, I will be attending. I'm very excited to see Westside Gunn and the rest of the team. It's going to be so exciting. I never got to do Fourth Rope, but I'm very excited to go. So if you're going, just say hello because I'll be there enjoying the show.
You ever been to Fourth Rope?
I've never been to Fourth Rope.
Enjoy. They're good. They put on an amazing show. But Pachu and I went to the one they had at Six Flags.
Mm-hmm.
It was there. It was like during Fright Fest season, and it was so good. It was a great show.
It was so good. But definitely want to shout out to all the team from WWT because we're just clocking away, doing our thing, but also making sure we support women's wrestling. So shout outs to Christina for joining in the chat, Eric Isaac, Cousin Ron, Lisa Vackets, Lewis Johnson. Also, of course, our producer from the future, Dylan, because he's been handling all the clips the last couple of weeks. So definitely want to shout out to him. And thank you for joining Monday's edition of Women's Wrestling Talk. And it is Women's History Month, by the way. So thank you for celebrating all things women's wrestling with Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. And we will see you back on Wednesday.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.